Hollywood Henderson sitting down with us. How are you?
I'm good.
Great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right. What do you think of this course?
Well, this is my third day playing it this week. I actually played this course when it first opened back in '89, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I played it a few times.
How was the group?
The group was fun. Some wild and crazy guys. They remind me of my past.
Oh, yes.
How are they wild and crazy on the golf course today?
Well, they were talking about strip clubs. It was fun.
We like that.
Yeah, it was fun.
We like that, Hollywood.
But I said they invited me to go. I said, well, 27 years ago I'd have went with you, but I'll see y'all tomorrow.
You still won't. Boy, I'm surprised. Hollywood Henderson wouldn't go to a strip joint with his dogs?
No, I'm been clean 27 years, and I can hang out, but I'm just not going to be going to bars where there's drinking and stuff.
I understand. And you made a real big turn in your life. I mean, from back in the day, being a great player, being in the Super Bowl, and then you went through some bad times, some lows.
Yeah.
How did you turn that around?
Well, I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. I had this private relationship with drugs and alcohol that was not normal or healthy, and in '83 I changed it, and I've been living one day at a time for 27 years.
How bad was it for you when it was really bad?
You just don't know when you're in the middle of it. But it was awful. It was to the point to where I was in a dirty jail, looking at a dirty sink and a dirty mirror and wondering, how did you get here?
Mm-hmm.
How did you get yourself in this position? So it's been 27 years since I've had a drink and a drug, and I've had a great life, kids and grandkids, and I'm probably more conservative than I realize sometimes. But I have a good life.
That's awesome.
I have a good life.
Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Did you win the lottery twice?
I won the lottery 3 times.
What?
But they were smaller numbers.
Give us numbers.
28 million.
Wait, smaller? No.
Whoa.
Wait. That's very small.
And then 5,000, and then 2,500. Just they listed.
Well, they can't count that, right?
28 million.
28 million.
But you know what? It's a scam. You win 28 million, and you end up with 9 million. Now just do the math.
Now, was that after you had cleaned your life up, or what?
Yes. Yeah, I was
Wow.
16 years clean when I hit the lottery.
So you were able to manage that money, and you still have some of
good.
it.
They took $19 million off the top?
Well, what they do is it was 28.8, and you get 50%, and then a 39% tax rate.
Okay.
Do the math,
They rip you off.
It's a scam.
They didn't buy a damn ticket.
That's right. That was your ticket.
But I tell you, some friends and I were talking the other day, and Too Tall was in the conversation, and they decided for me that in '77 and '78 there wasn't a better player in the NFL than Thomas Henderson. Do you know I was starting defensive linebacker. I was on the nickel package. I was on kickoff return, punt return, field goal rush, extra point rush, goal line defense. The only time I wasn't on the field was when Staubach was out there. 77 and 78, before I really got chemically dependent, there wasn't a better player in the NFL.
And what's that like when you are that good and you are the man and you're playing for America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, in that city?
It was good. He overworked me. I never left the field, basically. He used my talent. Actually, he came to me. He fired me in '79, but he admitted to me personally that he made a mistake. That I did so much for that football team, and he and I had an argument in his office when he fired me. And I told him he wasn't going to go back to another Super Bowl, and he never went back to another Super Bowl. I did all those little things: blocked the punt, stopped the guy on third down, covered punts from the split position as a linebacker, ran kickoffs. Blocked on punt return, covered. I was on the field, with my speed and all the talents that God gave me. It was. He made a mistake, and I made a mistake because on that day, if I would have apologized or tried to be different, I sort of told him to I gave him the F word pretty good. That didn't help it at all. So I messed it up.
Now, when you played, were you ever under the influence during a game? And if so, did anyone know?
I never used drugs to play. I might have been hungover.
Okay.
I may have needed some because I had snorted so much cocaine that my septum was gone. There was just one. I tore a hole in it.
Wow.
And so it was rot because I snorted so much that sometimes I even used cocaine as a medical, like it would stop it from throbbing and hurting my head. But I never used drugs to play football.
Got a question. Dwayne Thomas, my favorite all-time running back. Did you play with Dwayne?
On Dwayne's comeback in '77, he was my roommate.
Is that right? Tell me about him. I mean, because he was misunderstood,
right?
He
was kind of a weird guy. I love Dwayne. We were roommates, and he was bringing fruit from the cafeteria to the room. So then there were fruit flies in the room. So I opened the window and threw his fruit outside. And he came in, and he knew I would fight his ass. So I love Dwayne Thomas, though.
He was a hell of a running back. Just misunderstood, huh?
Misunderstood. But, when I came into the National Football League in '75, I was the new black guy. This is some of the things I've realized as I've matured. I was the new black guy. I did not have any oppression. I did not see colored only. I went to historically black university, black high school. When I came to the Cowboys, I didn't know my place. And so if you think about the way the NFL has whatever it's done over the years, '75 was the year when we were the new guys in the league. We had no fear. I didn't know my place. And one of the reasons Landry and I had so many problems is because I didn't know my place. He said something like, when I came to training camp in '75, I had a full beard. And he had never said a word to me. Matter of fact, I'll say this before I say that. Tom Landry never asked me, how you doing? How's your family? How's your mom? Never did that. But I'm walking across the field at training camp. I haven't even met this man. And he walks up to me and says, hey, you got to cut that beard off. And, about 20 guys were standing around. I said, what does my beard have to do with football? And so back in the day, they didn't have those 5-blade razors. So I had like bumps all under my neck, ingrown hairs, my little black crazy hairs. And so I went to a doctor and got a waiver. The doctor said I had something called pseudo-fulo follicles. And the thing was you can't shave. Right. So I took that to Landry, and he didn't like that.
Oh, he had to be pissed? He had to be pissed?
Yeah. So.
Wow.
I challenged him far too many times, and it was kind of my fault that I got fired in Dallas.
When Michael Irvin was going through his problems, did he ever call you?
Me and Michael talked over time. As a matter of fact, currently Eugene Lockhart is in a federal jail in Dallas, and I'm reaching out to him now to try to get him some treatment because it seems to me that alcohol and drugs are some of the reasons he's in some of the positions he's in right now. Michael and I have had, a lot of conversations, but I never have counseled him, although I've counseled others whose names I can't divulge. But that's what I do. I mean, every week, every month, I'm trying to help some family with their wife, son, daughter, friend, put them in treatment or, get them. I tell people this, especially when people are having a hard time. I go, hey, partner. I said, you're just working on your story. I hope you survive to tell it.
That's good.
That's nice.
It's Gridlock, ESPN Radio, 1100, 98.9 FM, Hollywood Henderson, our guest. Last thing, when you come to Las Vegas, of course, it is known as Sin City, and we've talked about, obviously your past and stuff. What can you do to enjoy it? You gamble at all, or is it golf courses and just relaxing?
I play a little blackjack, man, and go to the room. Yeah. The rooms are nice.
Enjoy the pool maybe a little bit?
No, I don't. No? I'm black enough. Been there, done that, No, I just, it's sort of an abnormal place for me now because my first trip here was '75. I saw Elvis in '75 at the Las Vegas Hilton in '75. I've been coming here since '75, and I come about once a year. I play about $100 blackjack. I don't lose no big money. I win. I play a certain kind of way all the time. So I get to sit around and be the designated walker or driver, whichever is needed.
There you go. What do you think of Jerry Jones and how he's calling the shots, making key personnel decisions? And one more thing, we get into this on the show all the time. Is Romo the guy to take the Cowboys to the promised land?
I've never, if Quincy Carter hadn't gone crazy, would we ever heard of Romo? I have never seen a fourth-string quarterback lead a team to a Super Bowl. I mean, there's probably some exceptions to that. The guy for the Rams and some others. Romo's close. I think he's a better golfer than quarterback.
Okay.
My opinion on him is
wow.
Not quite that bad.
But he's pretty good at golf, though, right?
Yeah.
He's a good golfer.
I just don't think he's the guy.
I don't think he's the guy. I sort of like this kid Newman from Alabama. I just hope
Cam Newton, yeah.
Cam Newton.
Okay.
Newman. I said, yeah. I don't know the kids. I think he'd be a great addition to the Dallas Cowboys. I really do think the Cowboys have to get a quality quarterback. Romo just, from fumbling the field goal that game.
Right, Seattle.
And can't do that Staubach thing. You can't do that Elway thing. And you don't do what winners do, when it's time.
I'm with you.
When it's time, it seems he's good all the other time, but when it's time,
when the pressure's on,
it just doesn't seem like he comes through.
Yeah. All right. Well said.
Hollywood Henderson.
Great to have you.
Yes.
Appreciate the time.
Clean and sober, man.
Good for you. Good for you. And the lottery's a scam.
I'm still playing. You know what? Michael Jordan is a friend of mine, and he was messing with me the other day. He goes, "Man, what kind of work you do? What do you do, man? Why ain't you working?" I said, "I work every day. I play the lottery."